I really don't know if this is going to be the final Team Affinity of the year. If y'all have any thoughts, let me know. But Team Affinity, right on the bottom right of the screen, 2025 finest drops. It looks like on November 7th, unless I'm reading that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the finest Team Affinities dropping on November 7th. And that means we get one finest card at least for every single team. So in the comments section, there's a couple things I want to see, but the big one is, who are you hoping gets the finest card for your favorite team? What is that team? I'm a Cardinals fan, and who I want to see get the finest card, I'm actually going to think about that and get back to y'all hopefully by the end of this video, because off the top of my head, I feel like I just want to say Mason Wynn, but I really don't know who I want to have. But let me know your favorite team. Let me know who you hope gets the finest card, and then just in general, who are you hoping to see get finest cards from Team Affinity? Because it should be one from every team at least. And the reason I say at least is because if we go to collections, we can see right there's these Team Affinity for the vouchers. This is how you're going to do it. I'm guessing it's going to be the same way. So like there's going to be one for each team. I'll get to that in a second. I'm kind of preparing for that today, showing y'all maybe if you didn't know how you might be able to prepare for that too. But then if you go to Legends and Flashbacks, I think specifically we can see, hey, All-Star Game 2025. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure some of these guys are Team Affinity cards. We can see locations, right? Team Affinity right there. So I'm assuming for the finest cards, there's probably going to be a collection where you can get more finest cards. So if we see Team Affinity cards getting announced and there's a certain team and a player gets a card and everybody's like, oh no, like, why is it that guy that got a card? I really thought this person should get one. He had a good year. He deserves the finest card. Maybe it's going to be through the collections. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to get something in the pack shop. I'm thinking here in the next couple days, I might actually try opening these express program packs and seeing if they're worth it. So, you know, kind of doing something like, I bought these packs so you don't have to. I feel like I should have done that earlier, just because, you know, the longer it takes, the more people might buy them. But if anyone bought these, how did they go? If anyone hasn't bought these, you just kind of looked into it, how have they gone? I just feel like this is not going to be worth it. 100,000 stubs, but you get 4 packs and then 30,000 and you can buy 4. So it's like you're saving 20,000 this way. I might just go ahead and spend 220,000 stubs just to see how it goes. But what I really want to do today is just show y'all how I'm getting prepared for Team Affinity. A lot of y'all probably already know about this, but I'm hoping this helps out at least one person. But then in general too, I want this video to be for a discussion about who you're hoping to see, how you're feeling. I meant to say this at the beginning, but what did you think of Game 7 of the World Series in general, playoffs in general this year? Game 7, I feel like, was crazy. I feel like that's like an all-time World Series game, man, an all-time ending to a World Series. And it blows my mind, though, seeing the blue. And I feel bad, like, if there's any Blue Jays fans watching this. Like, I'm not trying to bring up sadness or any bad memories for y'all already, but the runner on third, when he got thrown out at the plate and it was super close, I think they had to go to a replay to see, like, okay, is he actually on? Is he safe? And I'm seeing camera angles and stuff online. Apparently his lead was like just 2 steps. Like if he would have just had a bigger lead, which they weren't holding him on at third. Like I feel like at third base, you can typically get, honestly, a much bigger lead than he had. And I don't know, it's just, to me, if he would have had a bigger lead, boom, he would have easily been safe. If he would have just ran through, I know like you get the urge to slide, but in that situation with a force on a home, I feel like it's got to be faster to just sprint through home. And it's not like he didn't have the room to do it, but I don't know. I just, like, I wanted to talk about it. And so I feel like my first video the day after the World Series ends, like I feel like this is the best time to talk about it. But my journey, Team Affinity, is where we're getting the vouchers that you need for the finest cards. You need to get to 365,000 points in this My Journey Team Affinity path, and that means you'll have this voucher, just like we saw those collections for the All-Star ones. There's going to be a collection, I would assume, for the finest ones. That's how you're going to be getting the finest card for every team, and you'll be able to get that team's finest players, start working towards those finest collections. I really don't know if they're going to have a finest pack, though. I feel like in other years they've had finest packs, but I'm not sure if we'll get one this year. Not sure if we'll get a new chase card to celebrate. But let me see. So this one I shouldn't be at 365. Yeah, so this one I still need 29,000 points or however many it is. And if y'all did not know, in the most recent content drop they did, I believe last Friday, they added new collections into the My Journey Team Affinities. Each team has one of these collections. It is optional. You don't need to do it, but if you're like me and you don't have the voucher yet for every team, I think I'm within 100,000. I could be wrong. There is collect 10 legends and flashbacks from that team. You still have the card. It just means that player can't be sold, and chances are you probably have 10 non-sellable already. That icon up in the top left of the card, chances are you already got 10 of those already per team, and it gets you 100,000 points. So I'm just right now doing some housekeeping, like making sure, okay, let me make sure that I have 10 cards collected for each team for the ones that I need. So I need to figure out, okay, what is the percentage? Like, we know Yankees were already done at 27, and this is a quality of life thing I'm hoping we see differently in MLB The Show 26. I feel like it's probably about time to start talking about stuff we want to see in 26. I'm sure they're hard at work on the game, trying to make it the best they can for us. But anyways, when I go to a team, once I back out of that team, it takes me back to the top left. And it's like, I want to be taken back to the team I was on. But Red Sox, 25%. So 25% still need to do it. I'm at 361,000 for that. There's a lot of cards that I still need too, man. There's a lot of cards that I still need. But like, we have the finest cards. It's Juan Soto, Kurtz, and was Chapman the other one? I just saw a Chapman finest card here. I'm not sure if there were any other finest cards besides the XP path, so I feel like he would have had to have been. But so we know those guys are not going to be the Team Affinity ones, and we know they typically juice the finest cards too. So real interested to see who they do. Rays, 23%. Again, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, and that's kind of what we're doing today, is just making sure I'm where I need to be for each of these. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if I do this collection, I should be where I need to be for each of these. Now, 21%, that's the lowest we've seen. Boom, we got enough. We got enough for the Blue Jays again, man. Like, I didn't mean to bring up hard feelings or nothing like that, but it's just like, I was seeing stuff, replays, pictures, whatever, and it's just like, dang. Obviously, like, hindsight is 2020. You can't change the past. Looking back on the past, it makes everything. Oh, wait, was that a J-Ram? Maybe J-Ram was one of the, dude, was J-Ram a weekend? Maybe J-Ram's weekend classic. That might be a J-Ram. Ooh, I do need to be careful because I don't want to lock in a god that I don't want to lock in, you know? So I'm glad I noticed. Hopefully I haven't locked in somebody that was non-subbable already. I don't think I have. But I think J-Ram might be weekend classic. But anyways, man, like, I'm not trying to bring up bad memories. And hindsight's 2020. Royals were already there. I feel like I might accidentally today collect a team that I don't need to be. So 24%. So yeah, it seems like 26% maybe is where I don't need to check. 26% or higher seems to be like where I don't need to check. But chances are most of these teams, I don't know about y'all, a lot of y'all have played the game a lot more than me this year. A lot of y'all have stayed way more caught up than me, especially recently too, just because I was out of town and everything. But I'm sure a lot of y'all probably don't need to do this collection as much as me. But if you're like me, there's a lot of teams where you are not at that finest voucher, but this is really helping me out. All right, so 21% for the White Sox. 21% seems to be the lowest I've had. I think 301,000. That seems to be about the lowest I've been at today. How much is Noah Schultz? Yeah, so he's a Diamond Quest card. I think that Travis Bonanza or whoever was earlier, I think those are the two guys from that one Diamond Quest. We should be good on not locking in cards as far as I'm aware. So far I've only been at one team. I'm very curious in the comment section if anyone's watching right now. I got a Lance Berkman to sell apparently. I'm very curious in the comment section though if anyone's watching and has an answer for this. How many of the teams were you already at the finest voucher for, if any? Okay, so 25%, 26% is for sure there. 25% could be there. So I got to check the Rangers still, because the Rangers are not there yet. Yeah, so 26% is there. 25% could be there. But I'm very curious, like, is there people like me out there who, once they did these exchanges, or not exchanges, because you're not exchanging anything. You're literally just locking them in, and most of these already got locked in, but is there anyone out there like me who it's like, okay, once you do this collection, boom, like, you're good to go. You're ready for the finest, dropping on the 7th. Is that Friday? That's got to be Friday, right? Or is there anybody out there who somehow was already at each team, all 30 teams? Because I'm pretty sure someone commented on the video from last Friday saying, like, oh, I'm already at the finest voucher for every team, so this collection's useless for me. And, like, that just kind of blew. Oh, I forgot, 26% is already good. So Yankees and Phillies we were already at. I feel like there's been a couple teams now that we were already at. Besides that, Mets were already at. So that's probably because of that Beltron. But that kind of blows my mind. Like that's what I'm saying, though. There's a lot of y'all out there who have played the game way more than me. So maybe if I had played more, because I slacked, especially when it comes to ranked seasons. I stayed caught up a lot of the year on programs. You know, I know it might not seem like it because I don't even have the spooky program done. But, like, up until the spooky program came out, I was pretty much caught up on everything. And then now, like I said, you know, I was out of town. I didn't play this game for 2 weeks. So, you know, that's why I'm not caught up right now. But, like, before that, I had been doing a pretty good job at staying caught up on this stuff. But then after I get caught up on the content, I just haven't been using the cards that I grind for. So it's like I'm spending all this time grinding for the cards, but then I haven't even been using them. And I think that's where y'all have differed from me a lot. It's like you grind for the cards, and then we got 22 Bruce Suitors. You grind for the cards, and then you actually use them. And I barely played ranked. Like, I played however many ranked games it took to record the gameplays for while I was out of town, but didn't push for World Series, didn't make World Series. I don't even know how many wins I ended up away at, but I'll probably play some of this Weekend Classic. I'm trying to get this video up, or at least like ready to upload before the Packers game today. It's less than an hour before it starts while I'm recording right now. Was that the Cubs that I just did? I think so. Reds were already done with. That's another team. Shout out to the Reds. Which player would have gotten me done with the Reds, I wonder? I'm trying to think as we go, like, what cards I've used. I know Beltron for the Mets. That's like the most obvious one to me. So we just finished Pirates, Dodgers. Dodgers were at 20%. Dodgers are somehow my lowest team. That kind of surprises me a little bit. So I feel like I used live series Shohei earlier in the year, but maybe not as much as I thought I did. But I'll probably play. I'm gonna definitely try to play my first 6 Weekend Classic games. Not sure if I'll play any today. I might just play them all on Monday. We'll see how the stars align. But, like, if I can get to 5 wins, I get the 2 Weekend Classic cards. But I also have not played ranked in over 2 weeks, so I feel like I'm gonna be rusty. And it's like I feel like hopping straight into the Weekend Classic might be bad for these first 6 most important games. So I'll try. You know, win, lose. It happens. I got stubs to spend. I got plenty of duplicates to sell to still, players or just like bats, things like that in general. So it's like I got stubs that I could probably use for the cards anyways. But it would be nice to be not having to spend the stubs on them. And we lock in the Rockies. And I think I should have all the finest vouchers. Like I said, I'm pretty sure 26% is kind of the minimum you need to be at. We can go through maybe and check one more time. So 26, 36, 32. I'm looking in the bottom right, by the way. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. 26, 30, 28, 30, 30, 30, 27, 31, 32, 27, 30, 30. Yeah, I think we're good. 32, 20. Wait, 25. Okay, so Mariners were not good. Unless 26 was guaranteed. 25 was not guaranteed. So maybe the Mariners were the not guaranteed one that we had. Okay, yeah, we are there. So barely by 1,000 points. Now, something that blew my mind is within the first, like, 2 weeks of this game coming out, there were people that unlocked the #1 fan icon. And I kind of want to check on this right now and see if we can see some dates for that. I don't remember exactly what date the game came out this year. It's sometime in March. But can I see unlockables and icons? And can we see the #1 fan, right? So, yeah, literally, March 23rd. I'm about to Google, what day did MLB 25 release? Early access. So, March 18th. I think early access might have been March 13th. Could be wrong on that. Maybe 14th, something like that. I don't know. Just either way, the normal launch was March 18th, right? Someone discovered this to the 22nd. We'll see if maybe, like, as I'm going through here and checking these out, if I could see when the early access was, man. I feel like I'm not able to see that right now. Anyways, it's right around March 18th. But March 22nd right there. Wait, Sebrev? Dude, Sebrev unlocked this. Dang, that's kind of crazy. April 21st for the Braves ones. Dude, I did not scroll down like that. My game just glitched. The ghost took over my controller. Orioles were the 25th. Red Sox 24th. I'm kind of surprised they're not all, like, grouped together. Maybe it's based on the date they were unlocked. I don't know. I've played Captain Tater Tot. I've ran against his all-Cubs team in ranked seasons before. But April 4th. White Sox were the 20th. Reds on April 8th. 20. Dude, a lot of them. I feel like so 20 seconds seems to be the minimum. A few of those on there. 24th for the Rockies. Tigers, 25th. I wonder what the earliest one is. I don't really feel like looking through all of these, but 20 seconds seems to have been the earliest. I'm not seeing any of them earlier than the 20 seconds, so I guess that would make sense. May 2nd for the Marlins. Not too many Marlins fans out there, apparently, at least grinding the show. The Mets right there for the 30th. The Yankees, I'm kind of surprised it took until April 4th. Phillies, the 18th. I mean, Destroyer, so, like, it's blocked right now by gamertag 70261, but Destroyer, I don't know about y'all, but I'm always seeing him be the first to unlock stuff on this game. And that's got to be the earliest, the 18th, which was the full release of the game, man. So, like, I don't have a single one. I don't know about y'all. I don't have a single #1 fan icon. I'm not sure, unless they add some insane missions, which I think they said they were going to add missions once the finest cards come out, maybe, like for 1,000,000 points or something like that. Then I could get the icon. But as of right now, man, nah, I'm not even close to any of them. But Team Affinity is dropping on November 7th. We have the World Series program dropping tomorrow. That Yoshinobu Yamamoto World Series MVP card better be the best pitcher card released in this year's game, man. He's got to be at this point. If it's the World Series MVP, I feel like he just has to be like the true overall #1, at least for starting pitchers. But I hope y'all enjoyed. I can't wait to read the comments. That's the big thing for me today, is I'm looking forward to reading the comments. But like and subscribe, daily videos. Gameplay videos will be back soon. Some weekend classics should be coming up and everything. But I love you guys. Good luck to your football teams, unless you're a fan of the Panthers today. Go Pack Go, and hopefully I will see you in tomorrow's daily MLB 25 video. I will see you for the World Series 2025 program.